Hello, friends from the manga world. My name is G,
And I'm Hector.
and we're here to talk about the June 2025 new releases for manga. Hector and we work for Penguin Random House. The titles that you see today are those that we can sell internationally. Aside from this YouTube channel, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and on X at PRH International Comics, where we'll post some updates and news on those channels. So definitely check us out. The description, those links are down below in the description. We start off with our picks for the month, and then we'll transition into some additional highlights like volume ones, and then we'll leave you with the rest of the list with continuing volumes for you to look through. As a warning, there are some titles here that we did talk about for the previous month. So there has been like you might see titles repeated again because production things happen, on sale dates do shift, so you may see some titles that you may have recognized if you've seen our other videos. Just letting you know, giving you a heads up on that. All right, and then we'll go ahead and get started on the first pick, which is
Yep.
actually going to be mine.
Yes.
This is so cool. I can't wait. This is Black Blood. This is a BL sci-fi manga where we have Ethan, who's this battle-weary cyborg soldier who really just wants to have a quiet, tranquil life on this like planet, just searching for peace and quiet. And there he meets this really like gentle botanist, Mikhail, who is warm, has a really beautiful smile, who has a delicate touch, almost seeming fragile. I mean, you kind of have to be when you're a botanist. And Ethan finds himself drawn to him, and he experiences this like restless unease when they're together, and he longs to touch, to cherish these feelings that seem very undeniably human, even though he's a cyborg himself. So very bewildered by these strange feelings that's stirring up within him and his body, and Ethan begins to question, I'm a cyborg, but do I really have a heart? Like, how human am I? Because I'm feeling, experiencing these things that I haven't experienced before. Uh, I love robot narratives, so this is up my definitely my area of interest. So it's my
Yeah.
pick for
It
June.
sounds it sounds so cool. Obviously, the whole concept, it's not a new concept, but I think it is at the same time. It's sort of a new version of both Beauty and the Beast and the whole, you know, in love with machine or AI trope. So, but I love that the that is that kind of story. It's in BL, but I also love that the character is a botanist. I love that the fact that he's not another soldier, he's not a mechanic, he's not an engineer, he's a botanist, and it makes it more interesting, I think, to me for the story. So anyway,
Especially because you're talking
yeah,
about a character who's like a cyborg, but then
uh-huh,
another character who handles organic
yeah,
material from the natural world. So it's like a
yeah,
like they're from two different sides of
complete opposites, but
complete
at the
opposites in
same
that
time,
way.
you can
Yeah.
see how they can, kind of be
One
drawn to
is
each
like
other. Yeah,
one is built for war and
yeah.
battle, and the other one is like really soft. It can be breakable. And
Exactly.
just like
And
just
especially with the design of the cyber, I mean, look at him. He just looks very scary. He even has like little like fangs, metal fangs in the front. So yeah, it's very cool contrast, which it
Mhm.
what makes these kind of stories work. I mean, the more opposite they are, I think is how it's interesting to see how the creators make that work.
Mhm.
So very cool. And next up is my first pick. This Isaac Omnibus 1. Includes volumes 1 and 2. The story by Shinji Makatari and art by Double S. And this is from the digital, um, sorry, from the digital hit Samurai Epic, coming to print in one omnibus. This is a historical action manga that follows a Japanese warrior's journey to Europe in search for vengeance at the height of the 30-year war. So it's basically Vinland Saga meets Shogun. It's sort of a very epic, historic sort of vengeance story, and it won the American Manga Awards. Oh, sorry, it was nominated masterwork for the American Manga Awards. The year is 1620 AD, and there's obviously the whole conflict that will lead into the 30-year war between the Catholics and the Protestant, and they clashing against each other in battles. And there's swords and gunpowder alike, and mercenaries of every type are just, applying their trade all across Europe. And among them, there's Isaac, who you see here, a lone Japanese warrior who's wielding a matchlock gun, a very strange design, and he's on a sworn mission to find and kill the man who murdered his master and fled Japan from the other side of the world. Again, sounds very epic, fans of Vinland Saga, but also of some of the most epic sort of action historic dramas will love this. And like I said, it's an omnibus, a volume 1 and 2 together. That's coming in June, and later in August we're gonna get omnibus 2. So very cool.
Okay, my pick is King the Land Comic Volume 2. I talked about Volume 1 before. Just a reminder, this is based on the really well-loved popular K-drama that came out on Netflix, I think back in a couple years ago, like 2023. And the actors were like really popular because we have one who is an idol, Juno, who is an idol from 2PM, and then Yunha, who's the idol from Girls' Generations. So it got a lot of attention, largely because of their involvement with the project on the live action. And so this comic that we have here, volumes 1 and then volume 2 that is coming out in June, is a prequel to that K-drama, to that story, I should say, that inspired the K-drama. Obviously, this is the source material that you see here. So a little bit about this. We have childhood sweethearts, Guan and Tarang, who are torn apart by a tragedy. Now grown, we have Guan's rivalry with his sister, and they're rivaling over the ownership of their families, like this luxury hotel. And with that, we have Tarang, who begins her career at the King Hotel. The same hotel that Kwon is like expected to inherit, with like that rivalry over the ownership that's happening. So it's just basically the story about how life who seems to be like tearing these two apart can't end up succeeding in a way because they end up like fated to like reunite and come together again, and things happen uh as the story progresses. And this is volume 2, so this is the conclusion of the prequel. But the way that, I mean, when you read volume 2, you'll start to recognize like episode 1 of the Netflix, right? Because like the Netflix just like continues on with the story. So it's really interesting, for K-drama fans who want to read more about what happened previously with this prequel series, or just to see it in comic form. This is for them, but it's also for any new like anyone new who are interested in getting into reading the prequel. This is for you as well. So as you can tell, I'm really excited for this. So yeah, Kingdom Land Volume 2.
Excellent. And we continue with War, A Star in the Abyss, number 1. This is by Ai Okawe. And this is a revenge thriller manga that is from the creator of the hit manga Guilty, that was also a TV drama. And it, asks the question, who is the villain of your story? Uh, And basically, Misato had a perfect childhood with parents who love her and a home on an idyllic island in Japan's inland sea. But then a TV show starts shooting in town, and Misato's cast as an extra, and in an instant, her life is turned on its head. A woman appears claiming to be her real mother, and before she knows it, Misato is living in a lavish mansion surrounded by greedy schemers of all stripes. The curtain rises on the story of a rising star who plunges into an abyss where the only sustenance is vengeance. So it sounds very cool, very dramatic, and like it says, it's a revenge thriller. I'm into revenge. This video for some reason too. The first two are all about vengeance and revenge. But like I said, like as you can see, there's volume one coming out in June. Volume 2 comes out in September. There you go.
All right. We have a Shout Loud My Heart. This is a new BL, but it's a one-shot manga. This is 18, ages 18 and up. And this is for fans who really love Given and just wants to read more about like music, BLs. And we have college student, the main character, who's a college student named Jen, who plays a guitar in a rock band. And the rock band is called Eve. And at a gig one night, he meets a man named Mike. So Mike is the kind of person who has like no trouble saying what's on his mind, really blunt about that. And Jen soon finds himself like captivated by that personality, how upfront he is, by his smooth, handsome voice. Next day, the two meet again and they realize they go to the same college. So whether it's on stage or whether it's like a casual conversation, Jen finds himself more and more captivated by Mike's voice. And the more time that they spend together, the more Jen realizes that it's more than Mike's voice that he's attracted to, of course. And yes, again, for fans like me, this is something I recommend picking up.
Yes. And next up is Snegorochka of the Spring Breeze. This is by the amazing Hiroaki Samura, and if that name sounds familiar, it's because he's the creator of Blade of the Immortal. And this, as like Blade of the Immortal, this is a very historically accurate sort of story. This one it takes place in the 1930s Soviet Union, and it has the two characters that you see on the cover here. You have first Bielka, squirrel, a beautiful young woman in a wheelchair, and her taciturn companion Shenok, puppy, parentheses, they must hide the truth of their identities as they navigate a fraught political climate and harsh landscape in the Soviet Union during the 1930s. Like I mentioned, on a highly secret and several personal mission. This is rich with intrigue and history. It's a erotic political drama that weaves famous and infamous historical figures into the fabric of Hiroki Samura's imagined fiction. This was the winner of the Excellence Award in Manga at the 2014 Japan Media Arts Festival. And of course, it's been hailed because of, just like Blade of the Immortal, if we've seen a lot of historical accurate events and also the atmosphere of that time that he represents in the story. So definitely something I'm looking forward to for fans of historical drama, but also that love uh, romance, because there's going to be a lot of that, and it's going to be something fun to read. And obviously, fans of Blade of the Immortal cannot miss this one for sure. There you go.
All right, so we're shifting into a box set that we would want to highlight here. This came out as an anime, believe last year.
Mhm.
And this is Twilight Out of Focus. This is the box set. And this includes volumes 1 to 4 of Twilight Out of Focus series, obviously, and includes like a special booklet. It has with the booklet the US edition exclusive art. It has a never before translated short story and full color illustrations with that. And so really cool collection to have for fans. Again, I'm one of them, so wanted to mention it. It looks beautiful. I love the look and the design of the box set too, on the outside as well.
Yeah, and we also wanted to highlight this box set, sort of deluxe set, really, that it is Attack of Titan 35 Fly Collector's Box Set. And of course, and as the description says, that was not the end. With this super premium collector set, which includes colossal color art book with an original interview with creator Hajime Isayama, replicas of Eren's key. And if we go to the next slide, you can kind of see Eren's key right there, and also Mikasa's scarf. And for the first time, the exclusive manga booklet, volume 35. So it has a bunch of stuff included in here, and it comes in that box that you see there, and obviously below that you're going to see a lot of more content. So for the fans of Attack on Titan, this is a must-have, um, perfect for gifting people like me. So if anybody in my family is listening to this, there's a hint. There you go.
All right, and then we'll go into volume 1. So Codename Sailor V1. We have volume 1. I also put volume 2 here because both are coming out at the same time. And of course, need I say more? The Sailor V. Of course, you have to pick this one up. The
Yes.
Legendary Guardian, yes. And then we have cats with jobs. You can see
Yay.
all sorts of jobs on the cover. It's so adorable and cute. Where there's a job, there's a cat ready to work in this adorable series. It's from the same creator as the Evil Secret Society of Cats, Yokai Cats, Monster Cats, everything cats this
Everything
creator has done.
cats. Yes.
This is for you. And shifting to this hot mess. Himegasaki Sakurako is a hot mess. There we go. Volume 1. It's a rom-com about this rejected childhood best friend who is forced to watch her friend fall for another girl. So this is from the creator of I Get the Feeling That Mukuni-san Likes Me, which is also from Seven Seas. So yes.
Excellent. And we continue with Imitation Play, from Love Love from Tokyo Pop. And this is a bar manager. Nagisa has been in one sided love with his coworker Haruma for 2 years. So when Haruma breaks up with his girlfriend, Nagisa assumes he doesn't stand a chance. There's no way that Haruma could love Nagisa the way he loves his girlfriend. Is there? Gotta read to find out. And then we have both regular and special edition of Joyful Reunion, the novel, Volume 1. An unwanted child becomes a man with a great destiny in this Dammei Boys Love novel series from acclaimed author Fei Tian Xiang, uh, who also did The Legend of Exorcism and Dinghai Fusion Records. And last on this slide, we have My Adorable Betrothed. um, Leo, the son of a wealthy family, is the silent and shy adopted brother of the cool and regal Sui. When they were born, their parents predicted they would be wed, and after Leo's parents died, he joined the family officially, but his relationship with Sui changed forever.
Really quick for the Joyful Reunion, the special edition
Oh yeah,
includes one of those Shishiki art boards. It includes a paper folding screen, which is cool, and a sticker sheet, bookmark. Lots of cool inclusions that are in the
yeah,
special edition.
making it very special.
Mhm. And then continuing on with volume 1, we have On and Off Work-Life Imbalance, volume 1. We have a Lolita boy and a punk girl who form this fashion-forward bond without realizing that they kind of know each other. They just didn't realize it because they work with each other. And then we have Sanctify Lost Paradise. I put this here as a volume 1 just to highlight it because it is a spin-off, but it's a spin-off bonus volume. So just wanted to point that out here. And of course, it's a spin-off from the series called Sanctify. It's a supernatural BL, of course. With beautiful art. And then we have SHWD, Special Hazardous Waste Disposal. This is the entire 3-volume series in one, and now available in this single omnibus collection. So this is a hard-boiled Yuri tale about 2 special agent women fighting supernatural horrors. And then we have Sweet Heat Before Falling in Love, the CEO and his Fated Omega Volume 1, when Omega unexpectedly goes into heat and is paired with a mysterious alpha. She experiences a night unlike any other, but now she craves a man she doesn't know.
Yeah.
And then we continue
And
on here.
then continue with volume 1. So we have Sweet or Bitter Love. In this day and age, same-sex marriage has become the norm. After failing at both marriage, hunting, and relationships, I have recklessly fallen in love with my coworker, Odajima, a super high-spec, perfect, handsome man. And then we continue with Whales of the Bound Return, Volume 1. Alpha Takayama and his Omega mate, Karusama, are finally living and working together in blissful harmony, despite Karusama being Takasawa's boss. But when Takaba is transferred to a new department, their perfect world is once again turned upside down. Will Takaba prove his worth in the entertainment world and find the confidence to work side by side with his mate? And last on the number 1 is The Wizard, a novel When Words Kill, sorry. Tasked with investigating the brutal murder of a dozen people overnight, Detective Yuan Feng Lian is surprised when 18-year-old Jin Chi Cheng confesses and is sentenced to life in prison.
Okay.
And
So
that's
that's
it.
it for our volume 1s. Thank you for joining us on our video today. We do these every week or the month. We do these on a monthly basis, but we also have other videos that I recommend checking out on a weekly basis. So with that, that's it for today. We'll leave you with the rest of the list, so definitely stick around to see the continuing volumes coming out in June. And as always, check out our description below so you can check out links to our other social media platforms. Thank you, everyone. Bye for now.
Bye.